You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I am back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports 2. Well, we got a couple of little Russell Wilson stories. One of them pretty significant in the fact that, well, Russell better perform or off with his head, right? Sean Payton is not going to play with him per one of Sean Payton's former players from Dallas, by the way. So we'll get to that, and we're going to get to a story that Ian Rapoport came out with, and it shows you just how big of a bullet, so to speak, that the Eagles actually matrixed out of the way on when it comes to getting Mr. Unlimited. Now, I do expect Mr. Unlimited to bounce back a little bit this season under Sean Payton. I mean, I just think he's going to put together better, sounder offensive game plans. But I also believe there's a world where Sean Payton is still not going to keep Russell Wilson after this year. That's just my guess anyway. Let's put it that way. But let's get to this very quickly. If you are new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and as always, check out the podcast where all of our audio from all of our videos is available. This is SI, and we've also got Clutch Points by way of ESPN. Oftentimes in the sports world, insiders are constantly hearing rumblings and rumors from their network of sources, and they're tasked with vetting out what is legit and what's not. With there being so many whispers while reporting, journalists will usually never make all the rumors they hear public. During an interview with the 33rd team's Joy Molinaro, the 33rd team is quickly rising on the website ranks here. NFL Network insider Ian Rapoport was asked what was his juiciest rumor he heard at the Combine. Rapoport proceeded to tell a story about what he heard or was hearing when Russell Wilson's future was up in the air back in 2022. Quote, I'll give you one from last year, just so I don't ruin anything from this year. He said there were times last year when I was pretty convinced at the Combine that the Eagles or the Commanders were going to trade for Russell Wilson. Wow, that's pretty interesting. That was one where you kind of stop everything, he continued. Turned out that was something he was not into. He was only going to go to the Broncos. So I guess he didn't want to go to the Eagles. Oops. And he didn't want to go to the Commanders. I can't say I really necessarily blame him there. The Seahawks eventually dealt Wilson to the Broncos in a blockbuster trade, and it didn't go great. He went 5-12, 16 TDs, 11 interceptions. Now, the Eagles dodged a bullet because, well, we know Jalen Hurts had a fantastic season and was runner-up to the league MVP and just damn near won the Super Bowl. I got to tell you, I like Jalen Hurts. I do. That dude has proven me completely wrong about him. I think some of that's got to do with the fact that Jalen Hurts' dad is a football coach. I just think he's got a maturity level, and he's willing to put in the work, and that's from a work ethic, and I like Jalen Hurts. I really do. Clutch Points. This is from Keyshawn Johnson, that is. Russell Wilson may be happy to have Sean Payton as his coach on the Denver Broncos, but former NFL star Keyshawn Johnson warns that when it comes to expectations, Ruh-roh, yeah, it could be something else. After a horrendous season that saw them finish at the bottom of the AFC West at 5-12, the Broncos went all out in getting Payton for their next head coach. They even gave up a 2023 first-round pick and a 2024 second-round pick and paid him handsomely in a bid to quickly turn the franchise around. Many see the move as beneficial for Wilson, who didn't thrive with Nathaniel Hackett at the helm. However, while there is plenty of excitement with Wilson and Payton pairing, Johnson noted that the pressure now on Wilson to deliver and show everyone he's not washed up contrary to what many think following his failed campaign with the Broncos. He added that knowing Payton, the champion coach won't hesitate in making changes at the quarterback position if things still don't work out in 2023. Let us not forget, they signed Jarrett Stidham, which, honestly, it was sort of surprising that Josh McDaniels let him go. And I only think he let him go because he knew, well, I'm getting Jimmy Garoppolo, who also knows his system, or Jimmy wants to come here. And Jarrett flashed. In fact, he absolutely destroyed the 49ers defense last year during a game. Quote, I know Sean Payton very well, and I can guarantee you that if it don't go the way he wants it to go, there's going to be some major changes and issues at the QB position in 2024, said Johnson, who had worked with Payton. I don't know why they say briefly, because it was 2 seasons, back in 2004 and 2005 when they were with the Dallas Cowboys. Sean Payton holds his players to a high standard, and considering his personality, Keyshawn might just be right when he said that Russell Wilson's job is not safe. Well, no one's job is if they don't live up to expectations. I think he's going to bounce back to a point this season. However, I will say this about Wilson. I think there's something about Wilson that Sean Payton's not a big fan of. We found out that Sean Payton was somewhat irked by the fact that Russell Wilson was sort of bending the ear of Drew Brees to the point that Drew Brees was getting irritated. Well, Sean Payton and Drew Brees are still tight, very tight. And there was speculation that Drew Brees was actually calling Sean Payton and being like, can you do something with this dude? Because he won't leave me alone now that you're on the team. I got to give Russell Wilson some credit. He wants to get better. He wants to get with Drew Brees and try to get any tips he can get. I mean, they're basically about the same size, and I get that. But I think Sean Payton is looking for a certain level of professionalism too, and he's worried about that. Not to mention he's completely aware of Russell Wilson's reputation around the league. And right, wrong, or indifferent, Russell has rubbed a ton of people the wrong way across the NFL. It's one of the reasons why Russell Wilson videos do so good on this channel, because literally there is a thing called, and when you go to the YouTube search bar, you can type it in and you'll see it'll pop up, Russell Wilson cringe. That is real, folks. Okay, whether it's Mr. Unlimited, whether it's Danger Witch Subway commercials, whether it's high knees on an airplane, of which Justin Tucker and the Ravens destroyed Russell Wilson over, or whether it is I've got my own office, which, by the way, I don't think he's going to have anymore, and he's got his own entourage, which, by the way, they're not let in the building anymore. We heard, I made that video where Sean Payton said, no, we're not going to do that. Only members of the actual Denver Broncos coaching staff is going to be allowed in this building to work with any of these players. Bravo. You got a new hotshot coach in, a guy that's probably eventually going to end up in the Hall of Fame, and I think that's why Sean Payton is in Denver. He wants to win one in the AFC, which will just automatically stamp him to the Hall of Fame, right? So, yeah, I think Russell will get better, but I think he should be very aware of a 3-interception game, or a 3-interception game, and oh shit, the next game he throws 2 in the first half, because in the second half you may see Jarrett Stidham trotting that on the field. And there's nothing guaranteeing. I can almost guarantee you Sean Payton's going to draft a quarterback somewhere in this draft. All right? It may be a later round quarterback, but there will be somebody that he will look at that he will go, you know, he might have potential. Just saying, right? I think he thinks Jarrett Stidham's got potential. So, we'll find out. We'll find out. This is going to be so interesting. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.